It can be so extraordinarily challenging to comply with all the rules that society sets and we set for ourselves, especially when the cardinal virtues even, those morals that are perpetuated down through ancient times, can at times contradict each other. Like, how can we be hard-working and kind and honest? Does it not mean that at times when we're kind, we can't actually be honest about what's going on? Such a conundrum. Thus, instead of trying to live up to each of these morals as a full expectation that we must comply with, we need to start to find ways to see things in shades of grey, to do our best on what we value most in life. That is, spending our time on the things that we appreciate the most and balancing that time out. Do you value reading? Do you value walking? Do you value get meaning out of being with others? So long as these things don't harm ourselves or others, this is the way that we are overall expected to live. There's not only Jesus' golden rule that surpasses all others, to love others as you would love yourself, and love yourself as you would love others, but it also reflects the beliefs of most other ancient cultures. So it's a simple rule to qualify all of these other virtues. In considering the impact of these challenges in our daily life to live by such expectations, let's just take a moment to imagine a practice that we could do as we walk in or out of our home on each occasion. Take a moment to sit quietly, breathe deeply, lifting up the lungs and rolling back your shoulders, ensuring you sit straight throughout this relaxing conversation. Let us consider the metaphor of a moral compass. Imagine that moral compass is on the floor in the foyer of your home. Imagine that north is right and south is what is wrong. However, everything in life falls in shades of grey around the points of 360 degrees on this compass. For instance, murder is unequivocally wrong, but killing Adolf Hitler, while not entirely right, may not be entirely wrong either. Now let us imagine that this moral compass on the foyer is so beautiful. Imagine its colours, the intricate designs, the feel as it may do to safely stand upon it. Is it set under beautiful thick layers of glass? Does it make a sound? Does the precision of its construction with perhaps woods and metals give off a scent of amazing craftsmanship? Imagine its look and feel and the pride that you would possess in how it can support you through daily life, in determining more constructively what is right to the north and south that is wrong. When you stand in it, imagine you can hear the sound of the needle moving as it finds your direction. As you stand on the compass, take another deep breath now and relax, appreciating the diversity of life. Remember that what we consider to be our true north may differ from someone else's. Just like magnetic north and true north are different. One person's perspective may be considered like magnetic north, and we have to respect that to cope with living in society. When you leave your home, remember to stand on the compass to consider others' perspectives. This simple exercise can help us cultivate empathy, which is appreciation for others. Now take a deep breath, releasing further tension, letting your muscles relax, visualizing that sensory experience that helps you appreciate these changes. You know that True north and magnetic north are different because they are determined by different factors. True north is the direction towards the North Pole, while magnetic north is the direction towards the Earth's magnetic pole. The Earth's magnetic field is not uniform. It theoretically may fluctuate over time based on potentially flowing lava metals in the Earth, causing magnetic north to shift slightly from true north. This difference between true north, our right, and magnetic north, another person's right, can be applied to the moral compass as well. Just as one can accidentally deviate from true north if they rely solely on magnetic north, and one can accidentally harm or upset others if they only focus on their own moral compass without considering others' perspectives. An example, someone might make a decision that they believe is right based on their own experiences, their own moral compass, but unintentionally offend or hurt someone else in the process. This can happen because their moral compass may not be aligned with the other person's values, beliefs, or experiences. What do they consider? How might they see things? We may not always know, though we can accept that that is their magnetic north. We can consider the other person's perspective and adjust our own decisions to support that. It's essential that everyone's moral compass may differ, just like true north and magnetic north. This diversity of perspectives and values is what makes the world fascinating and beautiful. By standing on the moral compass and considering different directions, we can gain a better understanding of ourselves and others, making decisions that align with our values while respecting others' beliefs and experiences. And further example, there's 4 cardinal virtues theorized in ancient times by great philosophers. They are prudence, to take heed, temperance, caution, justice, and fairness, and fortitude, strength and will. They're essential in leading a virtuous life, although they could sometimes contradict one another, making it impossible to follow all of them strictly, such as in being prudent, the ability to make sound judgments, may come in conflict with fortitude, which is the courage to take actions. Let's take the example of a person standing on the moral compass in their foyer, trying to make a difficult decision. North representing right and south what's wrong, but their dilemma falls somewhere in the grey area on another point. The person might consider prudence and decide not to take action, as it seems too risky, and they're not entirely sure it's the right decision. Although this decision might go against fortitude, which demands that we act bravely in the face of diversity. What if you were to consider the own perspectives, the diversity within your own mind, as if prudence, temperance, fortitude, and justice were different characters? One character who is brave and courageous, one who is just and fair. What would they look like? How would they appear? How old would they be and how they dressed? Prudence, those cautious steps, and temperance, that nurturing, caring one that understands others deeply. We could see where all of their points lie, and then, in between, choose our own path closer to our true north, that is our true self, and that considers these differing values and moral directions within ourselves. As temperance is the ability to restrain ourselves. It could come into conflict with justice, which is the principle of treating others fairly. In example, a person may be practicing temperance by not indulging in their favourite foods, but this may lead to injustice if they are not giving themselves enough nourishment. Then in the case of justice, it may not always be fair to treat everyone equally, as each individual situation is different. This metaphor of the moral compass can help us understand how the complexities of moral cardinal virtues differ to what we value in life, in where we need to choose to go. Now, these things can sometimes be in conflict from one another. And by laying them out as points, imagining roughly where they would lie, can remind us that life is not black and white. It falls upon shades of grey. So we must deliberate to use our own judgment, consider all virtues when making difficult decisions. Then on into the future, imagine, as each time you are to walk in and out of your home, spend just a couple of moments considering your own perspectives and the direction you choose, and the perspectives of others and the direction they choose, so that we can appreciate happier, being in balance, living up to our own expectations, and not always, where unnecessary, needing to live up to the expectations of others, so that we can develop pride in our own decisions and support our own directions with confidence in that we've deliberated them to the best of our abilities. Navigating those grey areas to make decisions that align with our morals and our values of what we shall spend our time upon.